everybody, this is Kelsey. This is Essentially Booked. Thank you for stopping by my channel today, and I want to apologize that this video you're getting two today instead of one yesterday like I intended. Things just happened, but we're still going with Vlogmas, guys. It's gonna happen. I've got 4 more videos after this. 5. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about my worst books of 2025. 2025 was a pretty rough year. I read a lot of mediocre books that I don't even remember. So those aren't on this list because I don't remember them. Now, some of the books I'm talking about, are they truly bad books? No, but did I have issues with them? Yes, and this is why they made my list. I'm only gonna talk about 5 because I do have a lot more, but I just don't wanna be a hater. So these aren't truly bad books. I just had an issue with them, okay? So that is why we're doing this, all right? The very first book is Callie Hart's Brimstone. I had a lot of fun reading this. It brought me a lot of joy during a pretty rough time. My grandma passed away earlier this year, and it was just like a good time to escape. I just think I really liked where the story went in this book. I just think she repeated things way too much to be okay, someone needed to edit this a little bit better. The story overall, I'm happy with the direction it took, but I don't need to know how you guys can hear each other in your head and smell each other so many times. I really liked where this went with vampires and some of the story with the bad forces. I just thought was creative. So I still liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars, but it's on my worst because I still think about how annoyed I was multiple times with how she kept repeating things. So like I said, ratings are subjective. You do what you do with your own ratings. I do what I do with mine, and somehow this is what I decided got to on my worst book of the year list. And then The Great Big Beautiful Lie by Emily Henry is another one. I think I'm not the only one that felt this way. I really liked the present day storyline, but it definitely was a ripoff of Evelyn Hugo. And I didn't care about the past storyline. And the book was boring. Frankly, it was so boring, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, and then number 3, I guess, this isn't really a countdown because it's not how that works, is Happy Land by Doris Perkins Valdez. I loved Take My Hand, and I think that was on one of my best books of the year list in prior videos. This just was painful from an attorney perspective. So in 2024, I was in-house counsel for a very large real estate company that's nationwide, but at a local level. I did title work, and this book is a lot about title work. And from the beginning of this book, once there was an issue that was made known about how this land was being taken away from this Black family, I kept screaming, what about this? This is the best explanation of this legal principle ever. Why isn't any attorney giving them this advice? They meet with an attorney in this book, and the entire time I'm I get that this attorney is not a real estate attorney, but she's a general practice criminal law attorney. And this concept is something you learn in the very first week of property law, and it is tested on the bar exam. It's just this thing. So obviously I'm getting a little heated about this, but the entire book I'm that's the answer. Guess what the answer was at the end of the book? We had to go through 300 pages. The thing I was saying, I'm not gonna say it because it's a spoiler, but that was my issue with this book. I thought the history was really good. Her writing is really good. I just probably shouldn't have read it as a real estate attorney. So if you are also in the real estate space, just be careful, proceed with caution. Okay, and then this book was just a letdown. I will still read the whole series, but it's The Gray Wolf by Louise Penny. The next book is The Black Wolf. It just came out. I have it, and they kind of go together. I like when her mysteries stay within Three Pines, the small town, or stay within the tiny knit community, or more statewide. This goes international in scale, and I think that's where it gets dangerous. I think she's trying to do too much with the mystery that we lose the heart of these novels. The magic in these books is the town of Three Pines and the people who live there, and we hardly got any of that. And I get Inspector Gamasha helps develop his character more, but I'm really anxious to read the next book in the series because it's a continuation of the storyline in this, and it's no longer local. It's no longer the community that I care about, and I'm hoping that she brings it back. I think she's trying to do way too much with this mystery. It's an international drug trade issue, an international power and water issue. It's just a lot for what we've come to know and love out of this story. And so I'm just a little anxious. Like, she wrote a book with Hillary Clinton and that worked. It was international in scale. It worked really well. But I just don't think that can happen in this series because of how she's gotten us so attached to this community. So that's where this was a letdown. The other book that was more funny, but The Woman They Could Not Silence by Kate something. The graphic will go here. This book was like 600 pages and it was super important. It's about a woman who is imprisoned for basically speaking her mind and being a woman and standing up to her husband. So rather than like dealing with that, her husband just has her declared insane and puts her in an insane asylum. And she is credited with like a lot of prison reform. So this book is really important. A lot of prison reform, a lot of mental health reform within prison. But this book was 600 pages and could have been 200. Like it would not go on. Like it would not end. The audiobook was so long. And I'm like, it just needed to be edited so much. Like we got the point. And there was like towards the end where we started to get to her prison reform, there was very little talked about because we had to do like 400 pages of her time in prison, which could have been cut down way more. So that was my gripe with that. But those are the books that just didn't really work for me this year. And you know what? That's okay. So till the next video, everybody. Bye.